Hello and welcome back to Spartan Design University. In this video, we're going to tackle the content of our page, which is 2 rows, 4 columns for desktop, 2 columns, 8 rows for phone, and 1 column, 16 rows. So how is that done? Well, first of all, when you do that this way, you need to make everything evenly divisible. So you can't do a 1, a 3, and a 4. Okay, that would just absolutely drive you nuts trying to figure that one out. So we're just going to keep it simple, and we'll do 1, 2, and 4, or you could do 1, 3, and 6, stuff like that. But let's start with this one, and then once you understand it, you can play around with all the rows and columns you want. Let's go to our source code. Find the contents section of our page. Here it is. It's got an H1 and a P. I'm going to get rid of that and give myself a whole bunch of space to work. Okay. So right after we introduce the page name, we're going to lead off with a division, class equals row. And when we're done, there will actually be 2 rows for these 8 articles. Okay, so let's come down here and close that one. Remember the comments. Now within that row, I'm going to put this over here so it's within that row, we're going to lead off with a division which has a class equals column. Once again, I just made that up. And then it's going to end down here end of the column. Now there's actually going to be 2 columns . Okay, so the row contains 2 columns. Now within each of these columns, we're going to have 2 articles. So open article, close article, article, and close article. 2 articles will be repeated inside of this second row. So, article number 1 and its content, article number 2 and its content. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 articles, which on a phone will stack. Those live in 2 columns, which on a tablet will be displayed side by side. And then when we go all the way to our desktop, all 4 of these articles will be displayed from left to right. So this block of code will cover 4 of the 8 required articles. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 corresponding to 1, 2, 3, and 4. We simply need to copy that, paste it down here, and that would be the basic page structure for 8 articles that display in 1 versus 2 versus 4 columns. Now, within each article then, you can see that we have a heading, we have an image which lives inside of a figure because it has a fig caption, and then we've got a couple of paragraphs. And so I've got to repeat those for each one of these articles. So if we start with the first one, it's going to have a heading 3. Inside that is going to be a figure. Inside that figure is going to be an image tag with a source and an alt. Underneath that will be a fig caption, and underneath the figure will be a paragraph, and who knows, maybe even another paragraph. Okay, so all of this content, starting with the beach name, a nice image, a caption, and then a paragraph, and maybe another paragraph. So now I can copy that and I could put it inside of each of my 8 articles. Save it. See what we've done over here. Okay, there they are. And of course, no styling at this point. Okay, and actually the wrong content. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to put in the correct content because it's going to take me a few minutes, and then we'll take a look at the content finished. So now that I'm back, I have copied the photos of all these beaches into our website. I've copied all the content that is correct into these different rows and columns. So now instead of just having junk, you can say I have a real H3, a real figure, a real fig caption, a real paragraph, and that all lives inside of an article. That article lives inside of a column. There's actually 2 articles in that column. And those 2 articles, with the addition of these 2 articles, live inside this first row. And that's simply repeated down there. So that's how you lay out the HTML for a 4, 2, and 1 column design.